Hi there. You've reached the Public Defender's Office of Blair County, Pennsylvania. How may I help you? I see. Okay. And where are you currently being held? Altoona. Okay. One moment, please. And what is your first and last name, please? And the last name, could you spell that for me? Thank you. Okay. Okay, and is this your first offense in the state of Pennsylvania? And what crimes or what charges have you been accused of to be held in jail at this moment? Okay. Possession. Yes. One moment, I have to fill this out very briefly. While this is loading, could you just let me know if you have been if there are any warrants out for your arrest in any other states outside of Pennsylvania? Oh. Okay. Okay. I want to inform you that you are this call is being monitored and recorded for quality assurance. In most cases, I will talk to my manager to see if we can expunge that from the record. Okay, they've already, okay. Then we can just leave things as is. That's fine. Okay. If that is already public record and there is a warrant on your name and they're coming to, okay, they're going to extradite you. I see. So that would be New York State, of course. Yes. Right. Okay. The page is still loading. I'm very sorry for the convenience. We have some older systems here, but if I could just say in the meantime, you have a lovely smile. I've been admiring it. Yes, I should not say for the record. Again, the call is being potentially monitored and definitely recorded for quality assurance. And I'll leave it at that, I think. If you'd like to put the pieces together yourself. I can neither confirm or deny that, sir. Yes. All right. Possession of a record of false identification. Correct? Okay, yes. And an unlicensed firearm? Yes. Okay. Yeah, there are a few things I'm going to need to take down here. Let me just... I understand this is a very sensitive case that we're dealing with here. Yes, you have my undivided attention. If at any point I need to place you on hold, I just want you to know that it is, either a matter of security for keeping things off the record that I may convey to my employer. I am not a lawyer. I am not a legal expert. I am simply a receptionist. And anything that I say to you should not be taken as legal advice. And also, I do not want to be giving you any inappropriate or making any inappropriate claims or leading you down any inappropriate questions. So I may put you on hold for a few moments in order to sort of consult with legal experts at times, or to make notes that I cannot have on the record for your safety, for your eventual legal proceedings if it should come to that. Okay? At all times, I will be devoted to getting this taken care of in short order. I understand this is a very high-profile case. Yes. No, not to waste any more of your time, of course. All right. So, in what you are currently in Blair County. You said which city were you currently being held in, or were detained in? Altoona? Okay, Altoona. Yes. Excellent. Yes. I just need to. There are a few codes I need to put in for specific towns. Sorry for the wait. And of course, for the slowness of this system, we are not a county used to this kind of hustle and bustle. Do you believe it is possible that you will be charged with additional crimes? Now, this is not a incriminating question. This is between a receptionist and a potentially law-abiding citizen. But if you have reason to believe that additional charges may come against you, whether or not they are rightful, I would like to be able to log that down so that we can know to keep those sort of things open in case we need additional edits. Okay. Yes. Certainly. All right. Yes, anything could happen in this case, I understand. I'm sure you know all about corruption at this point. Just making a quick note of this. Again, nothing legal, just suspect is unsure of whether there will be additional charges brought to their name, that sort of thing. I just want to make sure you are completely comfortable with sharing information with me. This is all, although this is being recorded, this is the only record we have here. The only instance in which this would become legal evidence is if it is subpoenaed, and I will be sure the questions that I am asking you are very standard, par for the course, and none of them are designed to lead you to making any incriminating statements about yourself that could then become indemnable And if I hear you making any such statements, I will be sure to cut you off. I want this to be a fair and legal trial, as is your right, by the Constitution and by the law of Pennsylvania. Yes. No problem. Of course. I very much... Something's given me an error, sorry. But I very much appreciate your willingness to cooperate with the law, and I believe in your right in particular to a fair and unbiased proceeding. It's very important to me. I'm taking a little bit longer than I usually would to type these things in. I am being extra careful. I understand. This is a very high importance, high profile the situation we're dealing with. I appreciate your patience with this. I am going to send a quick message to my manager so that I am absolutely sure that I have the utmost support, and then I am able then to offer you the utmost support in this in these trying times, one might say. You'll be just fine, honey. Mm-hmm. All right. How are you doing? Is there, would you like to raise any concerns about the treatment you've received thus far in the detention center? Okay. Unnecessary roughness? Okay, that's very important to know. That can impact things if you continue to see that, especially around the circumstances of the trial, if this is brought to trial, which yes, you and I both know, of course. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. And if that happens, we do have grounds to ask for a mistrial. So please continue to document and report to your defense team any such instances of this, and I will absolutely log that. I will ask for the specifics in just a moment. I need to look some things up. Still haven't gotten a response from my manager. She doesn't seem to understand the situation we're in here. Is there any rush for time on your end? Were your one call? Yeah, okay. Is there a bail posted, and will you have any trouble meeting it if so? We do have resources, yes. If you're unable to make your bail personally, which I have a feeling there may be some unjustly high fees, which again we will take a note of and absolutely perhaps note in order to make some claims of a mistrial or an unjust handling of this case, which could lighten any possible sentence if the conviction is found in your case. In that instance, then this could help perhaps reduce your sentence or even eliminate it altogether. Especially, specifically, I should say, for the Pennsylvania. It's more likely in your Pennsylvania indictments. I can't speak to anything that will happen in New York. I very much advise once you reach New York and you've been presented with charges or possible charges, once you get the lowdown from the NYPD, to make a similar call just as you've done here. You may want to, I believe the public defense is your best option, particularly in Pennsylvania. That should be sufficient for your needs. And you know, this is just my personal opinion. I'm not a lawyer. But save your money for a good lawyer in New York if you are facing more severe or serious charges in that state. I would consider the private route. Take some recommendations from, you've got a lot. I don't know how much you've been keeping up with social media. You've got a lot of supporters. I personally have seen some folks with legal connections talking favorably about being interested in your case and defending you. So please do not discount that option. It's very important. It's I'm sure you understand how serious this is. The charges in Pennsylvania are not too severe. You're going to be just fine here with a public defender. And I promise I will make sure that we have our best fit for your case. But in New York, you are going to want to be very careful if that is indeed the jurisdiction in which you are going to be responding to and defending yourself against some very serious charges. Absolutely, I am 100%. I am always here for you. I am in your corner. Again, I cannot provide legal advice. I am really just processing paperwork for you. That's all it amounts to, so that it can be sent on to your actual legal team. But I am in your corner, and I will make sure that you have the best people in your corner. That is my job. Getting a response now. Okay, excellent. She is going to immediately start researching the availability of our public defenders. Starting from the top, she says, to see who will be able to take on your case. As you can imagine, a public defender's office is often a bit busy, a bit crammed in our schedule, but we will get our best on it. The best we can offer you. And I will be the first to tell you if you should go elsewhere based on our availability. No, we have some fantastic lawyers. It's just a matter of availability. If all of our top attorneys are unavailable, we are, we don't want to set a case as important and as life-changing as yours with a novice attorney like we would with, a simple traffic violation or a DUI, those sorts of, not to say trivial cases, but less severe cases, or cases that are less likely to be, very publicly biased, where jury selection is very important, and therefore the confidence of the defender and the experience of the defender to help in the jury selection is of the utmost importance. All of those things. I want to make sure, that you are getting a good defense. Okay, so I'm gonna need some additional personal information about you, just so that we have it for public record. This will allow us. It's not going to be the full sort of detailed information you probably had to give to the our lovely folks at the precinct. Oh yes, our lovely folks. Yes, big fans, just the biggest fans. I am very clearly stating I am the biggest fan. I don't know why you are laughing. As I said, I am on your side. Completely unrelated to anything we are talking about. I just wanted to bring that back up. I thought it might be important. Not sure. You are a charmer. I thought I could see that from some interesting photos we had in the media from surveillance cameras. But yes, I understand. Let me state for the record, we have not confirmed, nor are we insinuating that those are photos of you. Just a little banter on my end, of course. Alleged photos of you. Yes. I am in no position to make any legally binding statements about this case. I am not a witness. I have no first-hand experience. Everything I'm saying is hearsay and speculation by unauthorized sources. This is not direct from the police or anything. Only what I've seen in the media. And I loved what I saw. Just saying. And I'm not all the girlies and gays. Oh, let me tell you. Honey, if you could see me, you would think I was a raging lesbian, and you'd almost be right. But you're lovely. And I'll leave it at that, because we're on the record. And I do like to keep myself to myself, of course. Maybe it comes with the job. Yes, we're so distracted. You did say you had time, right? Yes, okay. I don't mean to keep you unnecessarily. It's just it's truly an honor to speak to you, sir. Can I call you sir? No ulterior motives, I assure you. Oh, nothing. You're the one laughing. I laughed because you laughed. All right. So I am going to, in 1 second when I pull this up, could I get your date of birth, please? Four? Okay. Yeah, thank you for understanding where I put that for. You're a young thing, aren't you? All right. Okay. Just submit that. See if it comes through. Do you have a middle name? And you use it regularly, or is it, sometimes it's a baptism name. Okay, it's illegal. Yeah, okay. Okay, 1 moment. I will bring that back up. There we go. And you spell the N-I-C-H? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's more I have to type than just Nicholas. It's interesting, I know. The longest Nicholas I've ever typed. Okay. And where were you born? Okay. 1 moment. Is that your current place of residence? It's okay. We'll get into it in just a bit. We'll just need that in case we need to pull up citizenship record. In this case, it would be your birth certificate. Yes. Okay. Okay. then... So, yes, the question that's coming next. Your current place of residence. Is it, would you consider yourself vagrant or homeless? Okay. We can call that vagrant. Did you have a postal address, a P.O. box or anything in the U.S.? Okay. Yeah, I can take that down. You'll just have to give me a few moments. Type a little bit of a blurb for you here. Just, this is going to be a matter for the personal, like, office records in terms of matching you to an attorney. It's unlikely that we will need to, or that you would be extradited to your, not extradited. It's almost like a refuge thing that you would be able to potentially, yes, seek asylum, exactly, if you went back to Japan or something like that. I do actually have to put that down as a potential risk if you are to pay on your bail and not show up for court. Exactly. That I would be able to point out a potential place that you may have sought asylum, because we would have this on your record. So if you were to seek asylum, you should not go there. And you should do your research on where it is appropriate to seek asylum and what would benefit you in doing so. It's a very extreme option. Sometimes people think it is their best option. I, of course, cannot give you any sort of legal advice to say one way or another. Yeah, it's difficult. I would be so happy to talk to you about this if we were not on record. I really do feel sympathy for you. Gotta make some notes real quick. Shouldn't have to put you on hold for this. Hopefully it won't be that long. There's just a few things I do have to fill in a few different places about this quote-unquote concern. I'm hoping that what I've explained to you is it would dissuade you from seeking asylum in Japan. I just want to make sure you understand that very clearly. I work with lawyers. I may not be one, but I do work with them, so I do tend to make these sorts of remarks. Of course. Not legal advice. Gotta say it every time. Of course. All right. Is that settled? Thank you for your patience. All right. So I would like to log any incidents you've had during your stay at the local precinct that you would like to report, and I will file those as potential complaints or something your lawyer can deal with. And even if you do seek a private attorney in this case, I will be able to forward those along to that individual, and they can continue following that thread. Okay. There are a number of sort of codes we have for this, so please do be patient with me. Thank you, sweetheart. Of course, yeah. We see that all the time. You may have to, if you could document any bruises, scratches, and you will have to also, unfortunately, if you had a weapon in your hands at the time or easily accessible, in your backpack. Okay. And after you'd been detained as well. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. I'll just note that down for someone. Yes. I'm going to make some additional notes on this one. I think this is quite important, and I'm very happy you are taking notes of this. You seem very well informed about your rights. I understand. And after, one moment. Oh. Hang on a moment, I think I may have. Checking my work. I want to make sure everything is filed exactly perfectly for you, of course. Okay, and yes. Okay. All right, one moment. I am going to. First of all, is that all you wanted to report about your time with the boys in blue? Of course. Unfortunately, not a reportable offense, but of course, I sympathize. Yes. All right. Let's see. I I'm just going to make sure I have run through everything I need to run through with you, and we'll wait for my manager to report back. She should be just a few minutes, if anything, on whether there is someone confident, competent, and capable to take on your unique and perhaps a bit exciting case. And I'll be dotting my T's and crossing my I's with... I always do that. I always say it that way. Don't worry, I am taking it very seriously. I am making sure I'm doing a great report. My I's are uncrossed. We have a response. One moment. All right. So the attorney that my manager was able to clear his schedule and find available for you is our esteemed Tom Dickey. He's a bit of a character, but I assure you he is very, very good at what he does. He may be just the man for this job in all of Pennsylvania. And listen, this is the man, I'm telling you this very seriously, this is the man who got a client off from a first-degree murder charge when there was security footage of a stabbing at a gas station in broad daylight. You're gonna be fine, sweetheart. If any charges of first-degree murder are pressed against you, they will not be in Pennsylvania, and I do urge you to, seek a very good lawyer for those sorts of difficulties. But I'm just saying, this is a man who understands his job and will get it done. With utmost confidence. He is a character, I will say. He is a character. But I feel like it's his character that really carries him in the courtroom. He's a bit charming. He's a bit like yourself, I would say. Not charming in the same way, but that he's sort of charming enough to, just as a saying, metaphorically, charming enough to get away with murder. I'm glad you have a sense of humor about that. I wasn't sure how you'd take it. listen, I wish you all the best. And our office will keep you updated. You will be put in contact with our esteemed Mr. Dickey very shortly. He may be asked by the media to do a press conference. You have the right to deny him from doing so, or allow him to meet with the press. I would say that his meeting with the press would be a good move on your part, but he will be able to talk to you further about that matter. Yeah. I am just going to finalize this paperwork, send it through to him. And that should do it. It's sticky. Okay. You are all set? Yep. Yes, we have the Altoona Police Department. We will contact them. Mr. Dickey will contact them when he needs to speak with you, and they'll connect you. Of course, of course. You have a wonderful day, sir. All right. Have a good night.